Apple Gift Card is a practical gift that unlocks a world of entertainment and fun. You can send it via email or give a physical card to your loved ones. Your friends and family can spend it on their favorite Apple services, including Apple subscriptions. Apple Gift Card can be used to buy all things Apple. Products, accessories, apps, games, movies, TV shows, iCloud Plus, and more. Visit apple.com for details and to send Apple Gift Cards to your friends and family this holiday season.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, this is something that I've noticed a lot, and it's when content creators quit. And it's something that I've thought of. I feel like a lot of content creators have thought of it. If you see a content creator today, chances are, and there's probably a high chance that content creator has thought about quitting what they're doing. And no, that's the thing. Like, being a content creator, it's hard at times, especially when you feel like that you don't have the support that you know that you want. Yeah, it could get hard at times. And, you know, like, I've seen it a lot. Like, I've had friends this year, you know, that are Twitch streamers that have quit. And it's, you know, it's like, it's sad and it's scary. Like, not sad like, you know, oh, it's sad that they're a quitter. Like, no, I'm not on no energy like that. But it's just sad, you know, somebody that has brought me, like, joy and happiness. Like, excuse me, I joined their stream for the last time, like, one day. And, you know, I didn't realize it. And it's crazy, you know, to think that. You know, it's crazy to think, like, well, dang, you know, like, people can quit like that, like, man. And that's the thing where I'm like, I know that I'm not on the same mindset that they are, because I've thought about it. They've actually done it. So regardless of whatever the situation is, regardless of how many followers they have, regardless of who's supporting and who's not supporting, like, they quit because something was just, you know, that was overall going on that they can't handle. And I haven't been put in a situation where I can't handle something, like, not compared to them. Like, me and their mind is different. So that's why I can't be on that energy where I look at them and be like, oh, don't quit, you're better than that, don't do that. No, because I don't know what's going on with them. So when I see and when I hear people quit, I try to, like, you know, be there for them. I try to let them know, like, hey, yo, you know, like, I know that you're quitting and I respect it. I'm not going to try to change your mind because, you know, you're obviously going through some stuff. So, but here's the thing. I support you. I've always supported you. I never stopped supporting you. And I'll be saying that to all my friends. And that's the thing. Like, you know, maybe it's enough. Maybe it's not enough. But it's just, you know, it's crazy at times when you just see that happen. And I'm like, bro, like, I've been a content creator since 2010. I started content creating when I started high school. So then I remember I wasn't, like, as serious about it. But then 2015 rolled around, and that's when I created my gaming channel. And that's the thing where I'm like, I've seen how far, you know, I've went with content creating. Because that's, I feel like, one of the things that a lot of people, you know, just don't understand. Like, you started with nothing. You had no idea what you was getting yourself into. You had no idea what you wanted to do. But day one of having that idea of being a content creator, you were passing levels that you didn't even know that it was levels. You know, like, you sat down, you thought, okay, I want to be a content creator. What do I want to do? I want to do gaming videos. So there, you already, like, passed the first level. You already know what you want to do. Now, and here's what, like, how it was for me when I started. I had a laptop, okay? So, prior before I'm, like, you know, this big mogul content creator that I am today. Not really, but, you know, jokes. But anyways, but no, like, when I started, I had a laptop that wasn't equipped for gaming. So I figured out gaming real quick. I figured that out. Or actually, you know what? No, that's 2015. No, back when I originally started in 2010, I had a digital camera. That's it. That's all I had. And I made the best of it. I did gaming videos. I did videos of me randomly talking and, you know, random stuff. And then when I got my iPad and I felt a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, then, yeah, I had an iPad. And that's what I was using to, you know, just record whatever. me just sitting down talking and things. And then I ended up getting like iPod touches and iPhones. And then eventually 2015 rolled around, and then that's when I was like, that's the serious year. To me, that was like my rookie year, the rookie year that I had to prove something. So 2015 rolled around. I had a laptop that wasn't equipped for gaming, but I still played games. I still record video. This is how I record my videos. I set up XSplit, added the game that I was playing to XSplit, and all of the stuff like all compiled on one computer, which I still kind of do that today. Well, in some case, like now, like with a capture card, like, I just play games off of my console, but with, like with PC games, I still do that till this day, like through OBS and stuff. And, but no, like the laptop, I'm telling you, it was not equipped for nothing. It was like a college laptop. It was like, it was an expensive laptop, but it was like a low-end expensive laptop, if you understand what I'm saying. So it wasn't equipped to, like, I could play games, but it wasn't equipped for that, So overall, I made the best of it. I had that. I had a Turtle Beach headset as a microphone, and then I couldn't use it to listen, so I had to use my Beats by Dre at the time to, like, listen to the audio and things. What other stuff? Oh, and I can only record videos for a certain amount of time. So after a certain amount of time had passed by, and I had to do that for like a good year, like from 2015 all the way to 2016, I had to do that for a good, actually, you know what? No, all the way up until that laptop had broke. So I had that laptop, I was using it from 2015 to 2017, and then eventually that laptop had broke. So at that point in time, I'm like, well, excuse me, what am I going to do? Like, I don't have like, and at that time, like, I was working, so I was like, okay, I just gotta go out and just get me another laptop. But I'm like, my laptop, the one thing that I was using to record videos, just broke on me. So what am I gonna do? Do I quit? Do I stop? No. I went to Best Buy, got a cheap laptop, and so then that's when I got the Lenovo laptop. And then I was like, well, you know what? I want to get me a gaming laptop. So I went out, I got me a gaming laptop, had that for about a year. Then eventually that went off on me. Then I went and got me, actually I ended up getting two gaming PCs. I got one from a friend of mine, and I bought another one at Best Buy. And I feel like I'm just plugging in Best Buy right now. I'm just letting you know, like, no, there's other places that you could, like, go get you. I think if I ever do decide to get me a computer or a gaming PC, I'm probably going to go on, like, well, I don't know. I might make one. I might go to a website and make one. But if not, then I'll probably just go on Amazon or something, whatever. But anyways, but no, I had, got two gaming PCs. One was from a friend of mine, but I couldn't really do a whole lot on it because it was old and, like, out of date and stuff. And then I got another one, which was like, it wasn't old, but it was still like a low end gaming PC, but I made the best of it. I still did my videos. I still did my thing. And then eventually, pandemic hits. So, all right, so here's the thing. I'm working at this job, right? I feel like I forgot to mention that. I'm working at this job. I had no time to do YouTube videos. I wake up like 5, 6 in the morning. I have no time. I'm not trying to wake up like an hour beforehand because I'm trying to get all the sleep that I possibly can get. Because when I'm at this job, you're constantly running around. Your energy is draining at this job, right? And that's the thing. I remember when I came home, I remember back in 2017, I picked up on Twitch streaming. So I tried to stream for a little bit, couldn't do it. So at that point, I gave up on Twitch streaming. At the time, I gave up. But I still was continuing on with YouTube videos. I wasn't able to do the amount of videos I was doing back then, or back like 2015, 2016, because I wake up, be recording videos from like pretty much like from morning time to the evening. Like I stopped recording videos like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So, and then I started recording videos like maybe 7, and I had to like keep constantly like restart my computer, because I can only record for a certain amount of time. So I had to keep doing that over and over and over again. Then, eventually I did get better gear and stuff, but no, then 2016 rolled around, I had to get this job. My like mom and sister got me this job in Seattle, so I had like no time to do videos. And you best believe I was upset. I was hurt because I'm like, bruh, I found something that I'm good at. I want to do this. No, I don't want to work at some random job in Seattle. But it wasn't like, it was an okay job. Like, I had my moments where it was cool. Then there was other moments where I'm like, bro, I don't want to be here. Like, and that's all that I thought about when working at that place. All that I thought about was quitting. Like, I wanted to quit. Now, that's like when you want to quit something that you're not, you ain't, like, you don't want to do it. Like, no, like, that's the one time I feel like a person should quit, is when you know that there's something better waiting for you on the other side. Yeah, it might not be the dream. It might not be having the same income or whatever it is, but at least this is like, the one job that you want to do. That's what's meant for you. That's what you want to do. Then it's like, do that. But a job that's not meant for you, don't do that. And I'm not saying like, ruin your income, like wait until the right moment and then be able to, do what you want to do full time and stuff. But if you want to start right now, start right now. But I'm just saying, like, there's going to be consequences. There's going to be repercussions. There's going to be a lot of stuff, that's going to be, attacking your spirit with it. But that's the one thing for sure. It's like, you got to remain like happy. You got to remain positive about like it, but you just got to put in. That's the thing though. You got to put in work. You can't do something just, like half it. Like, nah, you got to put in full work. So I'm working at this job in Seattle, and I knew I couldn't quit at the time. So I set a goal for myself. I said, when I get to 100,000 subscribers, quitting this job, I'm leaving. And so it was bruh, and it was crazy slow. Then into 2016 happens. I end up getting into this beef with this YouTuber, and he sends his whole fan base to attack my channel. So my only channels I had at the time was my main channel and my gaming channel. Every video that I uploaded just rated with dislikes, rated with hate. So you would have thought that I quit then. I didn't. I still kept going. Even though I was getting hate, I was still uploading videos that was, getting a crap ton of views and getting a crap ton of attention. So I realized, like, the big videos, the big stuff, they ain't gonna fool with that. But yeah, the small videos that's not getting no attention, which I'm uploading quite frequently, yeah, they're gonna be, giving them videos off. So you go through videos from, like, 2017 or, like, towards the end of then on top of that, I'm dealing with, like, deaths and things. And so it was, bro, I was experiencing some dark after dark after dark days, bruh. I'm telling you. And then, of course, like, then there was a heartbreak last year, like getting rejected by that girl that I liked. And then, there are so many things. But no, like 2016, I remember like towards the end of 2016 when that hate had started, it was New Year's Eve. And that's like my favorite holiday. A childhood friend of mine ends up getting shot and killed. And then months prior before that, my grandfather passed away on my dad's side of the family. And then months after that, my grandfather on my mom's side of the family, he passed away. And then it was just, like other friends, musicians that I listened to, there were so many things that was going on in my life. And I'm like, what? And then I'm going to this job, waking up early in the morning, not wanting to go, not wanting to do nothing. And then I remember it was just overall, like, fast forward to 2019. I remember I got into it with my mom, and it was like, about YouTube. And I'm like, I want to do this. I want to work at this job forever. And then, she's trying to put it in my mind, like, you can't do YouTube and all this other stuff. So I was like, bruh, it was a struggling moment in my life. And then it was I remember at that point in time, I did almost quit. Like, I was sitting there, I remember I was coming home from work, and I'm like, I know I'm going to have to record this video, like, letting people know, like, I quit. Because I'm like, I just can't do it because I felt like I didn't have the support. And I'm like, that's the thing where it's like, there are people that's telling me, like, oh, yeah, I support you and all of this. But I don't know. The support that I'm looking for is people not telling me how many videos I need to do. Like, what I need to do for the day. Like, that's how I was raised. I was raised on, like, okay, I gotta, people telling me to do this. Not people telling me, don't do this, don't do that. Like, and it's with my dreams. It's what I want to do. It's what's gonna make me successful in life. And I got people tearing me away from it. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, well, maybe this ain't for me. So I remember I was getting ready to come home, make a whole video talking about how I was gonna quit and stuff. And, I was like, fam, like, it was crazy. And then, fast forward, months after that, pandemic starts, so I felt like this pandemic, it was definitely like, it was sad, what overall, this is what led me into doing, YouTube full time. But at the same time, like, I wasn't mad about it, so overall, then I was dealing with the whole, heartbreak and depression stuff that was taking a toll on me. And I remember I wasn't, eating right, wasn't sleeping right, I couldn't even, record videos because I didn't even want to be in front of the camera. So there were so many things that was just affecting me year after year after year after year. And I remember, when the pandemic had started, I remember when they were telling us that we're going to have to stay home for a little bit to see what's going to happen and things. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to take this time to just go crazy with making videos. Just lose my mind, create channels, create a crap ton of content, do whatever it takes to make sure I ain't got to come back to this place, upload that right video. And I'm like, okay. And then my thing was that I don't have enough time. I do not have enough time at all. Even though I'm making videos, even though I'm doing stuff, it's still not enough. And then the head manager over at my job, he called me up and he was just like, hey, we've all been laid off. And I feel like that was it was a blessing. I look at it as a blessing. I look at it as hey, yo, that's what I need to hear. I didn't say all of that, but I remember that phone call. I was like, oh, dang, man, that's crazy. But deep down inside, I didn't really know how to take it because I'm I lost my job, but at the same time, I get to do YouTube full time. This was the goal. This is what I wanted to do. So, yeah, I remember I was just going crazy. Then that's when I started reacting to McNasty. That's when I started reacting to, the rest of the goons and a bunch of other people in the Rainbow Six Siege community. And then, but then I started getting those strikes. Now, I feel like that was just another life test. How are you going to handle these strikes? You going to quit YouTube because of these strikes, or are you going to keep going? So in my head, I'm like, you know what? If they take down my channel, I'll create another channel. I'll come back. If I got to do it all over again, I'll do it. But I was like, and then I feel like that was just, another way of telling me you need to have a backup plan. So that's when I was like, okay, I got my other channels. And then that's when I picked up on Twitch streaming. So I started doing that. I feel like I wasn't doing enough with Twitch streaming. I'm like, before some crazy stuff happens, let me be a step ahead of all of this and start streaming twice a day. Start streaming a bunch of different video games. Just go crazy with it. And I'm like, man, then Twitch streaming, Twitch streaming has probably been the most successful year I've ever had in content creating because I became affiliate. I hit over 100 followers. I've made some of the greatest friends through Twitch streaming. And I'm hitting all of these goals. I'm raids, donations, bits, gifted subs. I'm looking at that and I'm like, how is this all happening right now? But this is what I was praying for. This is what I wanted. So I'm saying, at the end of the day, if you're praying for this, if you believe in this 100% with everything in you, your mind, heart, soul, everything that you got in you, that you are going to be great. Because that's one thing that I tell people that are into content creating. I don't see the bad in you. I don't see the worst in you. I don't see your mistakes. I don't see your errors. I see the potential. I see the fact that you are going to be great. I see that you're somebody that's hitting 1 million followers one day, winning awards, being at events, doing all these other, wild and crazy things. I don't see, let me point out your flaws in your videos. Let me point out your flaws with your character. Let me point out your flaws with yourself. No, I don't care about none of that. I see the potential in streamers. I see the potential in TikTokers. I see the potential in YouTubers. I see the potential in everyone. I don't see people, even if it's people that's not even in the content creator. That's one of the things that I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I did have an effect on them and getting the content creating, but my friends, they used to do video. Well, it's just Zach now, but he's already kind of been into the creative arts category because he's been doing photography. Zach, but no, the sisters, Four Souls, Priscilla, Damaris, Denise, all those guys. I don't know if I had any effect on them creating a YouTube channel. And if I didn't, then what I'm getting ready to say doesn't matter. I can't take credit for them, because they came up with the idea. They wasn't even thinking about me. Then I have no business, talking on them. But a part of me does feel like that, maybe I did kind of motivate them in a way. Maybe it might have been what? That that 0.01% of germs where they say that's still there, but the 99.9% of germs is getting killed off. Maybe I was that 0.01% of motivation that led them into content creating. Because I'm saying, I remember when I seen it, that's something that I've had always told, because I'm more closer to Priscilla in that group. But I remember I used to tell her like all the time, like, you should definitely do a YouTube, or, you know, start up a YouTube channel. You should. I always be telling people that, because I'm like, no, I don't see where it's like, oh, you're not going to be good. You're not going to be great. Like, I ain't going to put that motivation in somebody. I'm like, if you need a coach, I'm like, fam, I will be the Pete Carroll of YouTube if I need to coach content creators into being great. I'll be Gordon Ramsay. I will be freaking whatever you guys need. But I'm like, I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm not going to tell you, oh, you're not going to be great. You're not going to be successful at content creating. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you have something that you're chasing after, I'm not going to bring you away from it. I'm going to push you towards it, because that's what I would have wanted. I want that today. I want people to push me more to my dreams. You know, like, I feel like and it's sad that it's like that. And I'm like, I try to tell people all the time, like, how much I support them and stuff. And maybe I don't tell them enough. Maybe I need to work on that next year and stuff. But I try telling people, I'm like, you know, I support them, but it seems like that it only happens when they talk about quitting. And I'm like, I shouldn't, you know, and I just think that's the thing where it's like, you know, this shouldn't happen, where it's like you tell people how much you support them when they're about to quit. You know, like, and then I just feel like you lose all that motivation, and then you got to regain it back. Like, nah, man, that's just, you know, I feel like that's like, nah, add more to that motivation, add more to that energy. And then I'm like, oh, okay, then, you know, that person is going to, you know, be great and just go far and beyond with what they're chasing after and stuff. So, yeah, it's like with quitting, like, I understand where people come from in quitting, but just think about it. The amount of stuff that you've accomplished with what you're doing, whether it's Twitch streaming, YouTube, TikTok, podcasting, whatever it is, you know, whether you want to be a comedian, whether you want to be a actor, serious actor, you know, writer, director, whatever it is out there, okay? Even if it's not even like creating, like, or content creating, whatever. Let's say you want to be a doctor. Let's say you want to be a construction worker. Let's say you have invested time. You might be somebody like myself. You've invested money. You've invested so much into what you're chasing after. Why would you turn back now? That's like you're climbing this big giant mountain and you get like somewhat to the top, or you get like not even to the top. You're at like the halfway mark of that mountain. Okay. But progress. You've made progress through climbing that mountain. Just to be like, you know what? I'm tired of climbing this mountain. And you just push yourself off. Like, you've made it so far. So why turn back now? Like, yeah, you might have to go a little bit farther. But who cares? Who cares if it, like, my thing is this. Who cares if you're like climbing that mountain and you're only like 2-3 feet off the ground? That's progress. There's some people that's like, they didn't even make it to the mountain. There's some people that's like still at home, sleep. They're all like, bro, what I look like climbing mountains? Who do I look like? Nah, this ain't no freaking weird Steven Spielberg movie. I ain't gonna be out here climbing no mountain. Has he ever made a movie about me? He probably has. I don't know. But anyways, I'm saying though, like, you know, jokes aside, like, there's people that they even build up the motivation and the courage to start up their first stream, to upload their first video, to do their first dance on TikTok, to post their first podcast episode. There's people that's like literally frightened about that. My thing was this. I remember when I had nothing, I was camera shy. I didn't want nobody to hear my voice. My thing was I was the silence for the silences, I think. But now I'm the voice for the voices. Y'all know what I'm saying. But anyways, but no, I started off, I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I didn't want nobody to hear my voice. I didn't want nobody to see my face. Now look at me. I'm sitting here posting comedy skits. I'm posting podcast episodes, Twitch streams, YouTube videos. My thing is this. When you started off, you had like no followers. You had no viewers. You had no game to play. You had no makeup to put on. You had no videos to react to. You had nothing to do when you got into content creating. And now look, whether you have 1 follower or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, you know, like, my thing is, and people, and that's the thing where it's like, you know, if it's a mental health thing, I'm like, no, take a break. If you need to quit. Because if it's affecting your mental health, no, your mental health, my thing is this, everything that I just said in this podcast episode does not matter. Your mental health comes first. So, like, I feel like that's, like, one big thing that a lot of people don't talk on, or, you know, don't. But it's like, no, that stuff matters. So you gotta like put that first. Then when you feel good, if you want to come back, hey, it's your choice. But if you don't, you very well have that right to not come back. So I'm saying, but if it's, if you're quitting because you think it's too hard, life ain't easy. Life ain't never been easy for nobody. Even for the easy people, even for the people that's like, even for people like Donald Trump, where life was easy for him. His dad gave him a small loan of $1 million. Life got hard for him too. Look at that. Look at his presidential run. You think he had like an easy ticket? Nah. That man, look at what happened. Was it? Yeah, it was the beginning. Yeah, it was beginning of this year when him and his supporters had raided the Capitol. I'm saying, like, you think he had got it easy now? Like, nah, that probably people are watching that man's every move. So life ain't easy for nobody. It never has been, never will be. So I'm saying, like, you have your own life, but at the end of the day, you gotta look at it as like it's a motivational story to others. You can't look at it as like, oh, you can't, I can't do it because it's too hard. And I'm like, no, I want an easy route and stuff. And I've talked on that. I've talked on it actually. I think it was recently, maybe, possibly, I don't know. But I've talked on it before, where there was this this Instagram model. And she really, I think, I'm gonna just flat out say, she really blocked me because I told her, life ain't easy and you can't get things handed to you. You're gonna have to work for the stuff that you want in life. And she blocked me. And I'm like, bruh, like, you blocked me for motivating you? I'm saying, like, this is stuff that I tell a lot of people. I'm like, you can't get the easy way. I'm like, that's something that I'm like, if somebody were to say that same stuff face to face to me, I'm like, I would say, like, it ain't like I said something I wouldn't say to her face, like, to her face, to the president's face, to anybody's face. I'm like, nah, you can't get, like, no easy things in life. Like, you got to put in work. Like I'm saying, like I'm sorry to say it to you. I'm sorry to be blunt with you. I don't feel like I am, but I'm sorry to say those words to you. But I'm like, that's life. Like you can't get the easy way. Some people, my thing is this, and even if you do get things handed to you, now you have to like, because my thing is like getting things like handed to you, and you're all like, oh, like let me, I didn't have to like. All right, so my thing is like, okay, so it's like you want to like, there's a statue of plates. Now there's people that had to go out and search for their statue of plates, and now they, they're holding it and they, know how to maintain it. Now imagine you don't build like them statue of plates, right? And somebody just hands you a big old statue of plates. You're going to get the wobbles. You're going to be like, oh, how do I manage this? What am I supposed to? There's people that was like, they were stacking that stuff like, okay, let me see which position works out. Let me see. They learn from their mistakes. There's people out there where it's like, okay, they got like maybe to the halfway point of where you're at, and then all their plates tumbled. So they're like, well, dang, now I got to start all over again. Now I got, put this together piece by piece or go out and find more plates. Then there might be people out there where it's like they found like what they overall had lost, so they haven't got it like or they know like or overall they've learned from their mistakes, and so now they know better. And so that's the thing where I'm like, that's if you feel like you're making mistakes, people learn from mistakes. They not like, oh, God, get to a mistake and I'm like, oh, I gotta give up, I gotta stop now. Like, nah, man, keep going. Like it's all, my thing is this: if you stop now, and there's people that's following you, there's people that have been motivated by you and stuff, then they're going to stop. And it's just going to be a domino effect of a lot of people just stopping, So I just, and if you want to just see it where it's like you only care about yourself in a situation like this, there's people out there that do care about you and they don't want to see you quit, So I'm saying like, at the end of the day, you quit. Nobody can't stop you. Nobody can't say nothing. Nobody can't do nothing and things. What I said in this podcast episode don't matter. And the whole thing doesn't matter. Nothing matters, But I'm just saying, like, this whole episode, like, I made this for a reason, because I'm letting people know, like, at one point in time I quit. Or at one point in time I thought about quitting, And I said, I thought about taking breaks. I thought about it all. But here I am today telling you guys my story. Giving you guys some advice, giving you guys some motivation, working on videos, working on everything possible because I didn't quit. So that's how I see it. That's how I view it. But at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your choice. So if you want to, you can. But I'm just saying, like, you made it this far. Why should you? There's people that's like they got far less than where you're at. They're where you were at one point in time in your life. And they're still going. So I'm saying they want to go far and beyond. They set a goal where it's like, okay, you're at 10,000 subscribers or you're at 10,000 followers talking about quitting, right? And then there's people that's like at 100 or 1,000. You were at that number at one point in time in your life. Now imagine if they quit and it's like, well, dang, you didn't even get to like reach to like my number yet. You had the potential for it. You know, like I'm saying, like there's people out there where it's like, you quit at that, like you quit at such like a low, but I'm saying regardless of whether it's a low number or a high number, it's like you just quit. But I'm like, fam, like there's people that were literally, they started where you started at, or they're at where you're at and they're still going. So I'm saying like, or there's people that's less than you and they're still going. So I'm just saying, like me personally, you ask me, like, should you quit? No, because you made it far. You made it further than a lot of people. And mentally where you're at with like content creators, you could be further than me. And I got more, and here's the thing, I can have more followers than you, I can have more success than you, but you've made it further in life. You've made it further in your dreams, your goals, everything that you wanted to do. You've made it further than a lot of people out there. So I'm saying, why quit? Why turn back now when you got like an entourage, you got a group, you got like a collective behind you, like waiting for all of the positive moves that you make? Why quit? You know, so... But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 38 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. And if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off of your first purchase. And make sure you use my supporter creator code for Epic Games, TMossBoss. And in the meantime, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.